Have you ever wondered why people act the way they do? Why some succeed effortlessly while others struggle for years without results? Why you sometimes make choices that make no sense, yet you can't resist? What if I told you there's a hidden algorithm running inside your mind? A program so powerful it shapes your decisions, your habits, even your destiny. And the craziest part, most people have no idea it exists. Think about it. Every like on social media, every craving for sugar, every impulse to check your phone, none of this is random. It's coded, it's predictable, it's engineered by psychology, biology, and centuries of human evolution. Now, here's the shocking truth. This algorithm isn't new. It's been around for thousands of years. Ancient rulers, philosophers, even religious leaders knew how to tap into it. And today, tech companies, politicians, marketers, they use it every single day to influence you. But here's the twist. Once you understand the code, once you see the hidden patterns, you can flip the script. Instead of being controlled, you gain control. Instead of being predictable, you become unstoppable. Let me show you how this works. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, reach for your phone, and scroll. 10 minutes turn into 30. You weren't planning it, right? That's the algorithm. Your brain is wired for dopamine, tiny hits of pleasure that keep you hooked. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they know this. They've studied your behavior, tested millions of users, and refined the perfect formula to keep you scrolling. It's not your fault, it's design. But dopamine is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's go deeper. Ever notice how fear spreads faster than facts? One headline about danger, and suddenly everyone's talking. That's because your brain evolved to prioritize survival over logic. Fear grabs attention instantly. It's primal. Politicians know this. News outlets thrive on this. They pull the strings of the algorithm to keep you glued to the screen. And here's something even stranger. Humans are wired for imitation. We copy what others do. If everyone around you is buying a new gadget, you feel the pull to do the same. That's the algorithm of social proof. It's why trends explode. It's why celebrities sell out products overnight. It's why entire societies can shift in a single direction, almost like a flock of birds moving in perfect sync. So the question is, are you leading the flock or just following? Here's where the algorithm gets even more fascinating. It thrives on contrast. Think about the last time you made a big decision. You didn't choose in isolation. You compared. You weighed options. Do I buy this or that? Do I stay or leave? That's anchoring, a psychological trick that shapes choices by presenting one option against another. Salespeople use it every day. Offer a high price first, then a discounted one, and suddenly the second feels irresistible. The numbers don't matter. The perception does. And it doesn't stop there. The hidden algorithm of human behavior feeds on consistency. Once you commit to something, even in the smallest way, your brain hates to back out. Why? Because identity is at stake. You want to feel congruent with who you believe you are. That's why free trials work. That's why signing a petition leads to donations later. The smallest yes today becomes a bigger yes tomorrow. Now, let me ask you this. How many times have you said yes without realizing it? Here's a story. In the 1960s, psychologists conducted an experiment. They asked homeowners to place a small sign in their yard supporting safe driving. Most agreed. Weeks later, they returned with a much larger, uglier sign. Guess what? Those who said yes the first time were far more likely to agree again. Why? Because their brains wanted to stay consistent. That's the algorithm in action. But consistency also works in your favor. Once you understand it, you can reprogram your habits. Want to start working out? Don't commit to an hour. Commit to 5 minutes. Once you start, the algorithm pushes you to keep going. Tiny wins snowball into massive results. Now, here's the million-dollar secret. The hidden algorithm isn't just about manipulation, it's about mastery. Imagine if you could harness it instead of being a victim of it. Imagine using dopamine to fuel productivity, not distraction. Imagine using fear to sharpen focus, not paralyze you. Imagine leveraging social proof to build influence instead of being influenced. This is where self-awareness becomes the ultimate superpower, because once you see the code, you can rewrite it. But let's not sugarcoat it. The system is powerful. Every day you're bombarded with triggers designed to hijack your mind. Notifications, ads, trends, peer pressure, it's endless. And if you're not aware, you're not in control. You're just another pawn in the game. The good news? Awareness breaks the spell. The moment you recognize the pattern, you create distance. You gain choice, and choice is freedom. Think about the last time you made an impulsive purchase. Maybe it was a gadget, a subscription, or even food. At that moment, you weren't deciding. The algorithm was. But when you step back, ask yourself, why do I feel the urge? What's triggering me? You cut the strings. That's the beginning of mastery. Now, let me share another secret. The algorithm thrives in groups. Alone, you're unpredictable. In a crowd, you're predictable. Mob mentality, mass hysteria, viral trends, they all emerge from the same code. Humans synchronize. That's why revolutions spread like wildfire. That's why one viral TikTok can turn an unknown creator into a global sensation overnight. The algorithm of behavior feeds on connection. And here's where the story gets even deeper. There's a hidden driver beneath it all. Identity. Who you believe you are shapes every choice you make. If you see yourself as healthy, you'll reject junk food more easily. If you see yourself as disciplined, you'll wake up earlier. Identity is the master algorithm. Change it, and you change everything. So, how do you reprogram identity? Start small. Use language. Instead of saying, I'm trying to quit smoking, say, I don't smoke. Instead of, I want to exercise, say, I'm an athlete in training. Words are powerful. They don't just describe you, they define you. Here's proof. Studies show that people who identify as voters are more likely to vote than those who simply plan to vote. Why? Identity demands action. Once you believe, you behave. And that's the hidden algorithm at its core. Belief, identity, behavior, reality. So let's recap. The hidden algorithm of human behavior runs on dopamine, fear, imitation, contrast, consistency, group dynamics, and above all, identity. It shapes you every single day, sometimes in ways you see, most times in ways you don't. But here's the empowering truth. You are not stuck. You can flip the script. You can learn the code. And when you do, you stop being a puppet and start being the programmer. Now, imagine the possibilities. Imagine applying this algorithm consciously to your career, your relationships, your goals. Imagine living life not on autopilot, but on purpose. That's not just power, that's freedom. So the question isn't whether the algorithm is real. The question is, Are you going to let it control you, or are you ready to control it? Because the choice is yours.